You ready? Okay. You're here. I'm here. Buddy's here. It's time to do the chance operations to decide where and when I will be performing John Cage's composed improvisation for Snare Drum Alone this month. Goodbye, Buddy. He's bored. Let's figure it out. Okay, so first things first, I have to do I'm going to do a random number generator to decide which date I will perform. And it's saying the 31st. Okay, so the 31st of May will be when I perform this month. So that is a Friday, right at the end of the month. Okay, so now I have my trusty bowl here, and I have picked Dobbin's Balcony. Okay, so that's at my, again, my place where I work, Southeast Missouri State University. There's a balcony in kind of like a little bit of a Being John Malkovich style half floor that I've always been kind of curious about, and so this month I'm going to play some Cage in that balcony. Okay, so again, the 31st, look for that performance on YouTube, and of course I'll post it on Instagram and Facebook as well, and I hope you enjoy. All right, so today is Thursday, May 30th, 2019. Tomorrow on the 31st, I will be giving this month's performance of Cage's composed improvisation for Snare Drum Alone. And so today I am going to carry out the procedures in order to shape this month's performance. So as always, I'm starting off with the chance operations to find the time points of the three movements. So the first two timestamps that I pulled out are the 2-minute mark and 7 minutes and 45 seconds. Okay, so I need to pull out two more timestamps that occur after the 2-minute mark. So I've got two here, and I have 2:45 and 3. Okay, so after getting a chance to write down these numbers in order, I'd like to stop for a moment and kind of talk about the problem that this score, really I think the only problem that this score as written kind of possesses, and that is in these first couple of paragraphs here, and I think I mentioned this maybe in the first chance procedures or somewhere near the very beginning of this project, but in the first couple of paragraphs when Cage is writing about how to specify the time points, he gives an example in which, so you pull out two numbers and then you pull out two more numbers, and he gives a very specific example of then how to bracket those off. But the example he gives, the second set of numbers are all actually I should say the fourth number that he gives as an example is greater than the second number. And so when he's doing these subsets, there's kind of no problem with saying, here's your first time period, here's your second time period, and then put these brackets around basically put a bracket around the first subset, put a bracket around the second subset. There are no examples of given of what to do if the second set, if both numbers are less than the second number you've pulled initially. So what I've decided to do today is go very specifically based on how he writes this paragraph, try to be as specific as possible to it so as to kind of follow it as best I can, and then this is maybe something for me to dive into a little bit more at a later date, maybe now that the school year's over with. But so that's a long way of saying that there are some details that are kind of left open for interpretation within this paragraph, and how I'm going to interpret it in my performance tomorrow is that the two fixed movements, the first movement is going to be 2 minutes long. The third movement is going to be 5 minutes long, so that'll be from the 3-minute timestamp to the end at 8 minutes. And the middle movement is anywhere from 2 to 7:45, ending at 2:45 to 3. So really what that means is that at most the middle movement could be 3 minutes long, or it could last a couple of seconds. It could have 15 seconds of break at the end of it. Okay, so, but the two fixed movements, the first movement will be 2 minutes long, the third movement will be 5 minutes long. Okay, so the next thing I have to do is generate how many events will occur within each movement. So as I've been doing the last couple of months, I have a random integer set generator from random.org. It's going to generate all three numbers at once. And those numbers are going to be 1, 2, and 7. So there will be one event in the first movement, 2 events in the second movement, and 7 events in the third movement. Okay, so total that means there are going to be 10 events, and now I need to find out how many icti will occur within each of those events. So first thing I'm going to do is flip random coins. For this, I'm going to say that heads is going to be not more than, and tails is going to be not less than. So what I've got here is heads, 3 tails, heads, tails, tails, and then 3 heads. And then now I'm going to generate the numbers that they will be not more or not less than. So again, I need 10 total numbers, and that's going to be 64, 42, 7, 36, 27, 33, 31, 6, 32, 36. I'll be right back to tell you exactly what that means. Okay, so in the first movement, there will be 1 event that will have not more than 64 icti. The second movement, there will be 2 events. In the first one, not less than 42. The second one, not less than 7. In the third movement, there are 7 events. They will have this order: not less than 36, not more than 27, not less than 33, not more than 31, not less than 6, not less than 32, and not less than 36. So next I used a list randomizer to take a number of striking agents and turn them into numbers. In this case it was from 1 through 8, it was pencil, soft mallet, drum key, brush, felt mallet, snare drum stick, hot rod, and super ball, with 9 equaling using of the hand. And reading them left to right, I did another random integer set generator, and this is what it spit out. So in the first movement, 1 event, using a drum key in my left hand and a brush in the right. Movement 2, 2 events, drum key and then a super ball. Then soft mallet in the left hand and a felt mallet in the right hand. And then, as mentioned before, 7 events in the third movement. So that will be from left hand to right hand: pencil, snare drum stick, soft mallet, hand, super ball, hand, brush, snare drum stick, felt mallet, snare drum stick, ball, hand one more time, and pencil, hand to close it out. All right, last thing that I'm gonna do here is virtually flip 3 random coins. If you go back and watch a couple, maybe more like 4 or 5 months ago, you will see me flipping coins all over the room and it not going well. So I'm gonna flip these coins randomly here to decide snares on or off. And for the case tomorrow, I decided let's do towel on or off on the head. So in both cases, I'm gonna say heads is on and tails is off. So first, I'm going to flip 3 coins for each 3 movement to decide snares. Will the snares be flipped on or off? Okay, so come on. So I got heads, tails, tails. So that means snares are going to be on for the first movement, and it's going to be off for movements 2 and 3. So now I'm going to say a towel. Let's do a half towel on the head. Is it going to be on or off for these 3 movements? So I'm going to flip again. And I got tails, heads, tails. So in the fixed movements, there will be no towel on the head, but in the inner movement, there will be a half towel placed on the striking side head. Okay, so that is the piece. I will perform and record tomorrow. Again, that is May 31st. So look for that video to be up on YouTube sometime in the afternoon or early evening. Thanks, hope you enjoy.